How's that? We there yet? Nothing's on the sound. Hang on a second. What is going on with the sound on here? Okay, there we go. I heard something. Hang on a second. There we go. There we go. All right, so man, crazy, crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff today. Hang on. All right. I'm gonna shut the sound off on these. There we go. All right, so man, crazy, crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. What's up, Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas? Those y'all in the state of Texas and abroad. What's going on? It's your boy Paul Miranda coming live and direct from the box. It's in the box, y'all. Let me just get all this other stuff cleared right quick. Set that off now so I don't hear myself on all these other programs that I got up, man. Try to see if I can trying to get these earbud things to work on this right now. Still haven't quite figured that out yet. So I'm going to take some time off, y'all, from the job for a little bit soon. And so I'm going to be able to study up on all this stuff, man, so I can be a little bit more professional with all this stuff I got to deal with doing the studio by myself. By the way, I want to make sure y'all know that, that I'm an entrepreneur brother. I ain't no entrepreneur like some of them other, big wigs out there doing their podcasts and so forth. Hey, but what we are going to deliver for you is something real, though. You know what I'm saying? Week by week, y'all. I know we took the whole month off last month because of what? Yeah, man, the live period was going down. I had to catch up on some prospects and so forth, catch up with some college coaches, did a lot of drinking. I lost a little weight though. That alcohol knocked some weight off me a little bit, man. I lost about 7, 8 pounds, man. So got me back on that Peloton now. So look out, y'all. I might be getting my 1986 back pretty soon, man. So watch out there now. All right, listen, big show tonight, man. I'm really excited about the guy that's coming on tonight. This coach I've met. I've been kind of keeping my lazy on this group for the last 2 or 3 years here. Met him through one of DFW's finest right now. Yes, Matt Steffi. Shout out to Big Matt Steffi for introducing me to my guest tonight, John ROBY. And John ROBY's the head coach and the big dog for Team Griffin out of Oklahoma, man. I know you say, hey, man, we Texas. Yeah, we are Texas, but I'm trying to do some regional stuff as well. So we trying to branch out a little bit. I ain't trying to go to top 100 and in Orlando and Dino's out in Vegas or whatever. I ain't trying to do all that, man. I'm gonna keep it close to the vest a little bit, man. I don't know if I want to extend that far out in the nation and so forth. Let the other guys do that, man. That's on them, man. So no hate, no dry snitching, no dry hate, none of that. Anyway, yeah, I had to throw that in, man, because I remember one time on Twitter, man, we was talking about a couple of players, man, that was up for the NBA draft, man, and they were turns out, fighting for that last spot a little bit. Those last 40 something. I don't know what the number was of numbers in the NBA draft a couple of years ago. We were talking about whose story out of the two DFW kids meant the most, or had which story was more impact, which had more, that grab to that made you want to cling to that person. And of course, it was obvious for me, Mason Jones, who, I don't think I need to asking me to restart. No, can't do that. Can't restart right now, sir. Sorry. All right. So, we were going off of stories and the parent, well, we were anyway, we ended up, I was talking with another dude whose name we'll withhold on this right now to protect the innocent right now, right? Uh, um, we were talking about, he started bringing up numbers and how big this guy was and blah, blah, blah. And I got to talking about Mason Jones, how he came up from nothing, no scholarship offers in high school, had the post grad, then went to a junior college, and then bam, Arkansas offered him from a great regional tournament finals that he put up. He got an MVP of Region 14, blah, 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 right? So the story he goes on to Arkansas and leads Arkansas, the first player in history for the boys basketball team for Arkansas to ever lead the conference, the Southeast Conference, he led them in scoring. The first ever. Todd Day, Lee Mayberry, Sidney Moncrief. You got a bunch of names that I could throw at you, man, from the good college of University of Arkansas, the Razorbacks, right? Y'all remember all them, the glory days, all them. Mason Jones, of all people, is the first guy to ever. You know what? Let me open up the chat room. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to not do that. I'm sorry, but wham. All right, so I'm sorry. Let me say hi to the guys in the chat room. Hello, guys. Hello, fellas. All right, got that there. Boom. All right, so did that. One thing else I got to do. I'm sorry, y'all. I did forget to do this, didn't I? Oh my goodness, I'm tripping. I gotta send anyway, let me go back to the story. The story, so I don't want to forget the dry snitching out part, right? So anyway, we were making the comparisons, y'all, right? And it was clear as day. It was clear as day. Mason Jones' story was the big thing. So the daddy of the other kid, right, called in, well, didn't call in, he chimed in on the Twitter saying, "Hey man, you like dry hating, right? That's like dry snitting. Talking about your boy. You just mad because your boy ain't there." I said, "Wait a minute, it had nothing to do with me and my family. This had everything to do with your kid and this other kid that I'm comparing. I was just saying whose story was better. Whose story should you want to gravitate to? It wasn't. So anyway, Daddy got all out of say, called that dry snitching or dry hating rather, and so." Guy just texted me saying dry hating. I was dry hating and so forth. I want to make sure I clear that up. I'm not dry hating on anyone on this. Matter of fact, I brought the story up because the last dude that said I was dry hating and his kid went to the league, all of a sudden got kicked out of the league. Now he's on a full suspension. So be careful. Karma will come back to bite you in the butt, man. Just be happy with what you got. Man, don't worry about the little people. I'm a little guy. I know I'm big in stature, and I must have been big for him. You understand? For him to really go at me like that, right? So I don't want to make it seem like I'm dry hating on anybody. So let me just clear that air up right now. All you guys, you media guys, do your thing. Actually, I'm proud of all of these guys, man. Some of them we got to check. And we'll do that from time to time, right? I'm like the moral police of the state of Texas right now. But yes, that I wanted to just bring that up. So bam, 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 right? And later on I'll learn how to shoot the gun on this system. I got some firework, ammunition, whatever that could pop. I gotta learn all this stuff on here. So we're gonna get it. We're gonna get there. Anyway, so getting back to the show. John Roby from Team Griffin is going to be on here live and direct with us in the box to talk about their season this year. Where how they got the contract. You know what I'm saying? And every day that guys can get a Nike contract. And I've been around in the game for a long time, and all of a sudden Team Griffin got one a few years ago, right? And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about what's in store for their future. And I need to bring my email up, y'all. So bear with me right quick because I got to send my man, Mr. John Roby, the link to the show. Hang on a second. That way he'll have it and be ready to roll. Where is invite guest? Boom. And let me hit save right there. Let's do that right quick. And go back to this right there. And let's hit send one out right quick, y'all. But anyway, John Roby's going to talk about their 2021 season as well. I know one of the main guys that started off was my guy at Oklahoma University. I think it was his name, Brady Manick. we're going to talk a little bit about how they ended up getting a dude like him, man, because he was killing. I remember I saw them back in the day. But let me put that right there, J. Roby, right? John Roby. Yep, there it is. Boom. Link to the show. Let's go right here. All right, so all right, Control V. There we go. And now let's hit send. Oh yeah. All right, so he has that. That's that. Now we're moving right on. All right, so man, in news that you can use, man. I don't know if you guys saw this or not, man. We got some crazy stuff happening here in basketball these days right now, and boys side and the girls side, man. I gotta, you know, I got peeps in the streets out there, man, that really look out for your boy right now, man. I saw and I really need to try to get this on the screen for you guys. I guess, right? Shouldn't I try to get this on the screen? What do y'all think about this name and likeness, the name, image, and likeness stuff that's going on, man? A lot of college kids are, not a lot, but a few of them have really been popping some big numbers. The quarterback for Alabama, he's guaranteed 800,000 to 1 mil. Oh my goodness, man. I'm thinking about all the kids that we had in 2016, how this could have really looked for them if they were still playing right now. But man, I saw today, and shout out to my girl, um, for sending this out to me. I don't know if you guys saw this group called Millennium. Let me see what this. Let me blow this up a little bit for me. Mill Gear. Go at Instagram. Go at Mill Gear. That's MILLGEAR. Shout out to them, man, because they hooked up this kid, AJ Polk, of the 2026 class. 2026 class. And I don't know what kind of deal this is, but they just got a nice little deal. And he's just in the 7th grade for their own endorsement deals. Wow. For it says, everyone help me welcome global underscore AJ to the MG Hoops with a Z worldwide family, our second signee. Whoa. Hold on a second. All right, hold on. John said he didn't get that email. Hang on a second. Let's go back to that right fast. Hang on one second, y'all. But all right, so hold on a second. Let me finish this right here. I'll just do it that. Okay. All right, so he blow that back up right fast. Says it's their second signing. It says shout out to at Mill Gear for believing in the vision of signing these middle school athletes to their own endorsement deals. That's a whole new can of worms right there, man. And I'm I don't know a whole lot about this name, image, and license things right now. And I kind of listen to the chop shop, every day when I can, right, to see if what they're saying about it. Yeah, I know next week. By the way, we're gonna have a group on next week to talk a little bit about that. We're gonna get a little information. I told you I'm gonna be learning just like you guys gonna be learning on this. I don't know much about that at all. So we got a guy coming in next week. I'll tell y'all all about that during the week. So he's going to come on. We got a good show for y'all next week. I also got a what do you call that? The SAT class. I got a trainer, and that's his numbers are off the chain, right? As far as his success rate, getting your guy, or girl, ready for that SAT test and pass with flying colors. Got a system that he's going to come on and join us next week. I'm going to tell you all about that a little bit at the end of the show. But let me work on this right quick. Hang on a second. Let me see this one thing. My man says he didn't get that. So let me blow this up right quick. Hang on. But man, those of y'all in the classroom over there. That's what I'm calling it, the classroom. Y'all in the chat room over there, man. Or we need to figure out a name for that. I don't want to steal anybody's names on my people that's in the chat room right now. But y'all need to come up with a name, Peter Ely and Zaid Mahmood. Big shout out to both of y'all, by the way. All right, so let me see. Wait a minute. Sound like he came in. There he is. There he is. He's in the room right now. Green room right now. I see. Let's go. I'll bring this dude in. This is my guy right here, John ROBY. What's up, man? John ROBY.
What's going on, man? Thank you for having me, sir.
Pleasure's all mine, dude. You and I, like I said, I was telling people just a little while ago, man, been keeping my lazy eye on this team called Team Griffin for the last 3 years. I think it was. I was introduced to you guys 3 years ago.
Yes,
and oh my God, dude, the talent that you guys had, even at the younger age groups, and because I think the main guy was what was his name? Brady Manick.
Brady Manick came through. He was even here before I was even there.
Really?
Yes,
really?
Sir. I came there the year after he was there with Team Griffin. We were on the EYBL that year.
Okay.
And,
yep.
I don't think we performed as well as Nike wanted us to. So
no
like
doubt.
you were
Okay.
saying earlier, it's hard to get a Nike contract. It's hard to get a Nike contract, especially in Oklahoma.
No doubt. No doubt. Small market and so forth, man. But man, when you got guys like Trey Young, I remember Jacoby Long was in our 2016 class. That's the class I'm originally known for, John. So, I bring that up from time to time. So, I remember that they had a couple of guys out of Oklahoma that was pretty good. But every now and then, you guys pop one that's really, really big, man. And I think Team Griffin kind of got their hold on it. There's some good programs out there, man, in Oklahoma, man. I remember, I think there was a Oklahoma Magic that I used to deal with. I can't think of my man's name, Mike something. I can't remember his name, but shout out to him. I know he's going to be mad at me for not remembering his name. But how do you guys do it, man? Because you, my friend, you are known as the recruiter, the dude, man. Talk to me, man. Give me your spin on how you doing things, man. How you said you weren't in there in the beginning. Tell me how you got involved with Team Griffin.
So at first, I had USA Elite, my buddy and I that I played with in college at Oklahoma City University. We had Bijan Cortez, who's now at OU. Matthew Stone, who's at North Texas. Jackson Robinson, who just transferred to Arkansas from Texas A&M.
Okay.
So I had those guys from like 6th grade on to about 8th, and they were playing really good in Oklahoma. And then we got approached by the Griffins, who are the greatest people alive, like Mr. Tommy Griffin, Blake and Taylor's dad, best character person I've ever seen. Like, he still coaches today at Del City High School. Picks up. I go to a game and watch him. After the game, he's picking up all the trash under the bench. He's got a son in the NBA. He doesn't have to do stuff like that.
No doubt.
Then it goes down, and all that translates to his sons, Blake and Taylor Griffin, who are like the greatest people alive. So
I had no idea.
Yeah,
I had no idea that was the Team Griffin is from Blake Griffin. I had no idea. That's a small world. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So yeah, they were. The program that they played for in the early 2000s was Athletes First.
Yeah, that's who Jacoby Long, Terry Long was over.
I think they had a lot of like Alonzo Trier, I think, played for them, and he was like leading scorer in
2015. Yeah,
something. But yeah, so Taylor and Blake, they played for them growing up, and they ended up, I think, like merging or taking it over and turning it into Team Griffin because they wanted to give Oklahoma kids the same opportunity that they had. And so they're giving back, and that's where it starts from. It starts from the top down. I don't do anything special. I coach a Nike Jordan. There's like 10 Jordan programs in America.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's easy for me to get kids. So it starts with the Griffins, and then Kellen McCoy, our program director, he does everything the right way. They're all classy, and so it makes it easy. I don't do anything special. I don't know where you heard that, but it's just the Griffin name, Jordan. It's them.
Okay. Well, I know in this recruiting game, and I'm gonna tell you, back in my heyday, I was known as a pretty good recruiter myself, man.
Yes, sir.
And so I know a recruiter when I see one, and I watch you work. And you know, you hadn't really talked to me much, but I keep my laser on people. Even if you might think I'm not looking at you, but I'm looking at you. You know what I'm saying? Peripheral vision, you know, that's that point. I don't let the weight fool you. I used to be a pretty mean point guard back in the day. You know, you got to have good peripheral vision. That's why I think I passed that down to my son. I don't know if you ever saw my son play or not, but he was known as a great court vision guy as well. So I see the floor, man, and I still have that habit, man, of seeing the floor.
I think when you're doing something you love, it makes it easy. Like I go to Pangos, I go to Made Hoops, I go to CP3 camp and coach. Like, and I think kids know if you're genuine and if you really care about them. And I think that translates. You know, I'm just doing this for the love of the game and to help kids get to the next level and to play in college. So I think that combined with what they're giving me at Team Griffin, I think it just works. So it's nothing that special I do. I just love it. I love kids. I love helping them get scholarships. I love seeing them. Like my favorite time is when a kid hits me or a coach hits me. He's like, get me in contact with this dude. And I tell them and they get to post that first offer. There's nothing better than that. So that's what I do it for.
Awesome. I like that, man. I love people that come from the hip like that, man, that believes and giving back and not really expecting a whole lot in return, just trying to help kids to get to the next level. And that's along the plight with me. That's how I am, dude. I don't make money doing this. I pay for this my own. You know what I'm saying? I just want to provide an avenue to help kids. And you see me in the gym. No one's in the gym more than me. I'll tell you that right now. And
God blesses you back when you do things the right way and give back to these kids. That's for sure.
Well, let me tell you, God already blessed me with. I've got 4 kids, John, and two daughters that are actresses. That are, you know, one of them is really getting ready to blow up big time. Nice. So, you know, we'll see. And then I've got an older son that's won a state championship here in Texas. You know, he's at DBU. You know, just got his master's. He got one more year to go. You know, God has already blessed me enough. So I always say, look, I love the game. Let me try to help some kids as best as I can. You know what I'm saying? And try to get as much light on a kid that, you know, otherwise it's not. I probably need to stop putting more light. I mean, so much light on these 5 stars and 4 stars now and start really scaling back and going with the 3 stars. But we'll talk about that another time.
No,
but,
and that's why
I just love it.
That's why I wanted to come on because, you know, Texas has so much media and so many guys like you that are doing an unbelievable job. And right now, the media in Oklahoma is kind of fractured where everybody's kind of doing their own thing. So if they're media, they're actually like promoting their brand. So it's hard for Oklahoma kids to get the recognition. So I wanted to be able to come on here and kind of spread some of those kids too, you know?
Okay, cool. Well, you know, I'm all about shedding light on somebody I don't know about, you know, being honest with you on that. So we'll get to that as well.
Yes, sir.
I was thinking, man, you know, as I said, I've watched you the last few years and the teams that I've seen play. I remember one year you had a kid out of Nebraska or Kansas. You're talking
about Omaha.
Omaha
Baloo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's he doing now?
So I believe he is going to Link Prep. Prep in Missouri.
Wow. Okay.
You know, well, he left Griffin and went to Mocan.
Oh, there you go.
And Mocan is now, I believe, doing that
Link pipeline to Link. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So I believe he's going with another kid. I used to have Bryson Warren, who's a bad boy himself.
I remember him. Yeah, I remember Bryce. Where was he out of?
He's out of Arkansas, Little Rock.
The point I'm giving to you that I was bringing, you getting guys from Nebraska, Arkansas, Kansas, Oklahoma, and how you getting the DF Dub kids, man?
Hey, you're getting me in trouble because I'm like kind of known for that, but like I want to reiterate, the Oklahoma kids are our first priority.
Okay, I got you.
On our high school team, 75% of the kids are Oklahomans. The other 25 are out of state. But how I get them, I play their teams, I beat them, and then I go talk to them.
See why you need to come over here with us? You either gonna join us or you're gonna lose to. All right, I get that. I like that, man. I was I brought that up to bring into the segue because you got one of my guys, one of my dudes, man. You know, I was introduced to you from him, Matt Steffi. whose son Drew has been playing with you guys. Let's talk about that relationship because Steffi's a dude here in the DFW, man. He's a parent right now. They got to lay low a little bit as far as the media accolades and all that stuff. We gotta put him back in the back of the pack for a little bit. But talk to me about that relationship. How you guys got this thing crunk like that, because I know he's good. He's got a good mouthpiece to help you get some players as well. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, Matt. I think Matt. We were playing in Vegas in 8th grade, and we were in the Final 8 and beat Houston Hoops, I believe.
Okay.
To go to the Final Four. We were about to play. I think we were about to play LeBron's son, but actually lost in the Final Four. They ended up winning at Blue Chips, but that's kind of no. Actually, it started before that. He had D1 shooters who had Tyrese Maxey,
Davion Harmon, Chris Harris,
program. And when I was with USA Elite in like 7th and 8th,
okay,
I wanted to get my program to their level.
Okay,
so I started reaching out to Matt, and I wanted to like play him, and I wanted to. And I was hitting him up, hey, I want to come scrimmage you guys. I want my program to get to the level your program is at. So I was trying to figure out how to make USA Elite, which was our program, get to that level. And so Matt and I talked, and we always talked about Drew. And then Drew, reclassed and came back down to the level that I was coaching. So after that game in Vegas I was telling you about, he approached me about joining the team. And that next year, we were going to the Made Hoops West League at the start of the season, which was in Phoenix, LA, Vegas, and Oakland. And we only had like 6. But they were 6 dudes. And Drew came and joined us, and we went and won the whole thing. So we won the Made Hoops West League, first ever Made Hoops West. And that's how that relationship got going. And then, to circle back to Drew, like his game has evolved a ton. He used to be a shooter.
Just straight shooter.
Shoot. And honestly, that's all he had to do on that team because of the guys he had on his team.
Right.
But as he's gotten older, he's evolved. He's able to use his body. He's able to, create. He hits tough shots. But he's learned, he's not the fastest, but he's learned to use his body to get to his spots. Yes. And he has a high IQ, so he makes the right play 99% of the time also.
No doubt. What was that like, getting him to understand and I know it had to been kind of some pulling of the teeth a little bit, even with the daddy, because daddy got that camera out, that phone out, he want that, he want them buckets. You know what I'm saying? What was that like, man? Talk to me about that process, because you got a guy that's been a pure shooter all his life, and you're trying to transform him into, honestly, the position that he has to play in on the next level, if he's going to that higher level as he wants to.
They would tell you Tyler Ralph's training in DFW.
Really?
He helped evolve their game, and he helped teach them the mid range, and he helped how to create off the bounce. So I would say they would say the best part of Drew's game, and the conditioning work. I don't know who he trains with to get his body right.
Okay.
But that's what they would say helped evolve. And then when I was coaching them, because I didn't coach him this year.
Right.
Coaching him before COVID, I let my guys do things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Handcuff them. We had a lot of talent, and we could win even when we take some different type of shots. You know what I'm saying? So I let our guys go, and I let them play. And I've learned that you have to do what's best for the kids sometimes instead of always just focusing on winning. So I learned to kind of let them create and do what they need to do for the next level.
No doubt. I like that. I know I'm on that 16s team. Now, you used to coach that team back in the day, though.
Yes,
when I first met you. So, what was that like? Because that was going to be your stud team. And I know you was coaching that for a while.
Yes,
what made you end up flipping to a higher level on that?
Well, COVID kind of hurt some of our momentum with that team, and then I started my own business, and so I didn't really have the time to be the head coach.
No doubt.
They wanted they elected DJ, who was Kellen's assistant, that won the Peach Jam. He does a great job, and so they had DJ coach, and I got to just recruit, and I got to be an assistant coach on 17s.
All right. Okay. So then I'll come back to the 16s, because we definitely going to have to talk about the big fella, Mr. Garrison.
Yes, sir.
But we're gonna come back to that one. The 17U team this year, man, was an up and down team at the beginning. And then you got that mouthpiece working in the middle of the season, and you made a stop in Amarillo.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me about that one, brother. Talk to me about that one.
We had been flirting with those Amarillo kids for like 3 years, and unfortunately, we had TJ Caldwell, and he decided to go play with Jordan Walsh at Drive Nation. So that opened up 3 spots, and those guys wanted to play together, and so we, Coach McCoy, I didn't have any part of that. That was all Coach McCoy. He went and talked to those dudes again and brought them in before the end of the season. So that was those 3 pieces helped, help us move in the right direction.
Okay. Those 3 guys, I want to go ahead and mention them, give them some love on here because they happen to have been one of my favorite guys. In the state of Texas, man, that's out there at the top of the panhandle out there, not getting a whole lot of love. That's a small market that I don't know who's up there doing media up there,
right?
But we're talking about Brendan Housen. You got Cade Hornacek.
Don't quote me. Let me look. Let me.
Hold on, I got it right here. Let me stop tripping. We got. I don't know where he had
Cade Hornecker,
and then DeMonze Woods.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me about those 3 guys, man. I know Housen's recruitment just shot the hell up. The minute he came over there with you guys, and it started out slow, but you guys pretty much got acclimated. Talk to me about his involvement with you guys and. For sure. How that helps you guys and so forth.
First of all, they're great kids. They're coachable. They listen. They'll do anything you tell them to do. So first, that's one thing that you always want in a kid. They're high character kids, and they love each other. They've played together a lot, so that helped. They had chemistry together. DeMons, to me, he's like a Dennis Rodman style. Rebound everything. Get you buckets off of offensive rebound. You don't got to run a play for him. And he'll defend, the number 1 dude on any team. So he had some recruiting going on. He's got some D1s.
It's coming.
Yeah,
it's coming. Sure. I'm already getting conversations with people about him. So I know his recruitment shooting up.
I think I'm trying to think. Valparaiso was talking to him. UTSA, places like that. So and he's just a great kid. And he's going to get better as his offensive skill keeps progressing. Because he's got all the other intangibles. And then Cade, Cade is 6'11", skilled, can shoot it, great touch, around the bucket, can pass. I think when he gets to the next level and gets in a college weight room, and puts on just 10 to 15 pounds, he's going to be a monster.
Meat and potatoes.
Yes, because
green beans and jelly. Was it peanut butter and jelly sandwiches all day?
Yes, sir.
He gonna get it.
He needed to go to my grandma's back in the day, and he'd be buffed up. Brennan is special. He has a skill set that's special. His shooting he's one of the best shooters I've ever seen. And he averaged 21 at Peach Jam. I think he was the 5th leading scorer in the whole Peach Jam, shooting 41% from 3. And his recruiting really took off. I think he mentioned in the 247 article that he's going on a visit to OU. Official visits will be OU, Oregon, and Villanova.
Okay.
And then he already visited Nevada, and then I know Texas Tech, Arizona State, and a couple others. But he literally could have got almost anyone in the nation probably, awesome. From what he did at Peach Jam. I think he had games of 31 and 29 on the New York Rens, so he was filling it up. It was special to watch.
That's good. I really like Hornecker. I'm gonna tell you, man. Getting back to Woods, DeMonze, I really liked how you guys showcased him a couple of times on the ball defensively. From almost 3/4 of the court, man.
Right.
I remember seeing him play Anthony Black of 3D Hoops Academy very well. And I
think he held him
very well.
3 that game, 5 that game, if I'm not mistaken.
And we were hold on. And I sat with a coach, man, and I'm not going to say who that was at the time.
Right.
Texas Tech.
And nothing to take away from Anthony Black. That kid's special.
No doubt. And it shocked me because I'm a huge Anthony Black fan. I love him. This family is great. I mean, Sean Ward does an excellent job with those kids over there with 3D Hoops, and I'm a huge fan of that team and so forth. But I saw that and my eyes kind of like, wait a minute, where did that come from? I've been watching this kid for a long time, and I haven't ever seen him on the ball defending like that.
Yeah, and he can basically guard the 1 through the 4 and sometimes the 5, which is a huge translatable skill to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Strong
body too, man. So, I know his recruitment is sounding a little low right now, but I think after this year, because I'm going to say it right now, and y'all heard it first right here.
You're predicting Amarillo.
In the box, Amarillo is probably going to be the 5A state championship for 2022. You heard it first right here.
They were right there last year too.
Yeah. Double overtime loss to Kimball High School.
Yep.
Featuring Arturo Morris, who, by the way, didn't really play a whole lot, in that game at the end. They were up. Amarillo was up for a little bit, and Kimball went with a different lineup without him and so forth, and ended up coming back, send it to overtime and win it and so forth. But anyway, that's another story. But DeMonte Woods is a dude that I'm thinking is getting ready to start popping some champagne bottles up there in Amarillo, because his recruitment I'm expecting really to jump because his athleticism and his body, it's a college ready frame already. You know what I'm saying? That dude is nice. I'd like to see him be a little bit more aggressive offensively. Of course, every college is going to want that from a guy like that. But I think I think a lot of colleges don't look for a whole lot of role players these days. And when they finally get one that can play that role, doesn't try to go outside of what he can do.
He'd be a perfect fit.
Exactly. And it just kills me with some of these colleges. They always want these scorers or these high athletic dudes, and don't care about anything else. And then when they get him, and then they get him, and then they trying to teach, he don't want to play no defense. He don't want to rebound. Well, coach, you asked for just, a score. All right, there's another story. We'll get about coaches later on.
Right.
All right. So some other guys on the team, man. I'm gonna tell you one dude that caught my lazy eye, man. Chase Martin. Is it Chase Martin?
Yes, sir.
Talk to me about Chase Martin, man. Dude got some bounce, man. Some sneaky bounce on us.
He does. He's athletic. I actually raced him in the hall of the hotel and he beat me, so he's fast. But he's 6'5". He can play the 2, the 3, sometimes the 1 if you need it. He can shoot it. He's got a couple D1 offers already. I think he's got ORU and Eastern.
Good.
So he's a really good player. Jinx is one of the favorites. That's a powerhouse in Oklahoma. But his dad's actually the coach and athletic director there, I believe.
Really? Does he play football?
No, just basketball.
But
his dad was a really good player himself at OBU, at a NAIA school here in Oklahoma.
Okay. All right.
And he's actually an NFL rep too, so he's got a great pedigree. Yeah, but no, Chase is great, and he's one of my favorite kids I've ever coached. Like I coached him in 7th grade, 8th grade, just incredible kid, coachable. And I think he dealt with a little bit of an ankle injury. Throughout the end of the season that I think he got a little out of shape, and he's already back into form. He sent me a video earlier today of him doing like a 360, so he's getting back. You
got to send me that stuff, man. You got to send me that stuff, man.
For sure.
I like having stuff like that to send out.
Yeah,
that's good, man. I was really impressed with him in the Gasso.
Yes, sir.
Dude was like really making some plays. Had a couple of dunks.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, when he had him, we were like, oh, wait a minute, hold on, what happened? It was kind of like how you just sit and everything is just peaceful and quiet, and all of a sudden you hear a loud boom.
Yep.
I was like, wait a minute, dude, that was him dunking that thing like that, man.
He had some big moments too. He hit a game winner in sudden death against Utah prospect Utah, that had the Jackson Kohler kid and the
yes sir.
Yeah, so he hit
Tim Davis's group. Yes.
So Chase hit the game winner against them in a sudden death overtime. So he had some really good moments for us. And when he gets back into the groove this year after that injury, I think he's really going to take off again. Because his recruiting was going up, and then he got hurt, and then it kind of
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. I really that dude caught my lazy eye. I was trying to think of the other guy. Is it Caden Fry?
Caden Fry, yes, sir.
Yeah,
he's a machine. He's a machine. Like that dude talks on the floor more than anyone. He'll guard anybody. He's a dog. He wants to guard. He's telling me he wants to guard the best player.
6'6", yeah.
He's 6'7", 6'7", like a 3-4. He can shoot it out. He can shoot it out to 3. He likes more of the mid range, a little bit more around the elbow. He can face up. He wants to rebound everything. Like I said, he guards. So he's his recruiting. He's got a lot of D2s right now.
Okay.
I know Army was interested. So
really?
It just takes that 1D1 to pop through.
Yeah.
And he's playing at Owasso. That's another good team up there in Tulsa. Those are 2 Tulsa kids, area.
Okay.
Tulsa area kids.
Okay.
But great teammate, talks. He does all the things you want, all the dirty work, everything. And I love him as a kid, love him as a person. So
okay.
I'm glad you're mentioning these Oklahoma guys, so I don't get in trouble because that's our bloodline. We love Oklahoma, baby.
I mean, I'm trying to look at that. I'm seeing another guy. Was that the shooter? Was that 21?
Was it the kid that I think had one of the best for 17U?
Yes.
Ty Frierson would be my guess.
Ty Frierson. I didn't have him on my list.
Gotcha. Or Ben Averett, maybe. And we
I'm lying. It is him. 30. I was looking at the 16s team.
So
I'm sorry. Yeah. No. Ty was the guy.
Yeah.
I got him circled right there. Yeah.
Yeah. Ty had a great performance for us at Peach Jam.
Little PG, right?
Yes. I think being a point guard is the hardest position by far at Peach Jam. I mean, dudes are guarding you 94 feet, and they're dogs, and they're the best players in the nation, and you're getting hounded. And the dude handled the pressure, like you said, hit the open shots, found his teammates, guarded the other point guards very well. We played some unbelievable teams with some unbelievable point guards. Like
EYBL, yes.
I mean, they're going everywhere, and this dude handled his own unbelievably. And I think he was averaging like 13 a game, which is impressive. And he even got one on a fast break and smashed one in that tiny frame of his. So I think he gets a little underlooked because of his size, but I feel like the small point guard's kind of coming back. You know what I'm saying? People are realizing that like you don't got to have all these 6'5" point guards. Like get a dude that can get in your sets and hit a shot. And Ty played unbelievable for us at 17s. I feel like he did an unbelievable job. So I was very proud of Ty's performance.
And I'm not going to shortchange my guy. I'd definitely be remiss if I don't say something about this dude. It was the Bunch kid, Chris.
Yes, sir.
He got a shot.
Unfortunately, he went to Why Not for Peach Jam Finals. So I can't really talk about him because he left us, but he's 6'7" and can shoot it. And I mean, he's athletic. The kid's really good, but he left us.
All right, wait a minute. Hold on.
Yes, sir.
I might need to take some medicine on this one. I'm trying to figure this out, man. This year here, this 1 year here, I've never. Now you normally see this in 8th grade on down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see this on the high school level like I have this year. Everybody just hop teams left and right this year. What is that? What's in the water? What's going on with this group right now? This age group.
I don't know. I mean, I think COVID fragmented a lot of things and sent people a lot of different ways, and they're trying to get comfortable. I really don't know how to explain it, but I mean, it's more and more of a trend. I mean, I think it trickles down from the NBA. You start seeing dudes leaving their contracts there, and it's just. I think
that's a trickle up. We've been doing that, early ages.
Well, I mean, and look at
picking it up there.
NCAA with the transfer portal. There's no more punishment, so I mean, I think it just.
I agree. I agree. It's a trickle down, but I agree.
Yeah,
definitely agree on that. Wow. Where is Why Not? Team Why Not? Where's that out of?
So Chris was out of Cali, but he moved to Oklahoma, so that's how we were able to get him. But Why Not's Russell Westbrook's team?
Exactly. Okay, that's what I thought. De La Salle.
Yes,
That's where he's going. That's the
I
California
just
school or the
I
one
just
here
saw he speaking of transfer, I just saw he announced he's going to Wasatch.
in Utah.
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness.
That was like an hour ago. I just saw it on my phone and texted.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, sir.
And then these kids are announcing that they're transferring to a high school.
Hey, I'm recruiting these dudes, so I'm not gonna knock them. I mean, you got to do what's best for you and your family, I guess. That's all I can say about that.
Oh my goodness. I just wow. I'm just blown away at a lot of this stuff, man. I don't know.
Because you invest so much into people, and you want them to stay, and when they leave, it hurts. But that's just the nature of the game right now. It's like I always felt like when kids would leave me, I didn't do my job good enough, so I put it on me. So I put it on us.
I like that.
We got to do better.
I like that because I used to be a player back in my day, man. Don't judge me because I'm heavy now. But I was about 185 back in the day with curly hair and or let me say curly hair. The girl said my hair down here. They love my curls, right? And I had all the women back in the day. All right. So I always said, man, when guys get mad at me for taking their girl or whatever, I would always tell them, hey, if you're doing things right over there, they wouldn't leave you. I'd like to bring that back up into the game now. I don't think people that are happy leave programs. You know what I'm saying? But God, dog, what do you have to do these days to really make people happy?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. No, I agree with you. I just try to take accountability and say, look at it, and try to learn how we can do better. But what does it take? I mean, I don't know. There's so many different things that go into it: family, teammates, other teams, other people recruiting, adoration, social media. Like it's impossible to pinpoint one thing. Okay. I think
I'm going to get hood on you for a second right now. I got a top player right now, man. And I want to know, what are y'all doing for my kids right now? I mean, what's y'all fees? Did y'all have fees? Are we going to have to pay any fees?
How
do y'all do all that for your varsity team? We'll talk about the younger teams.
I'll leave all that to Mr. Griffin and Kellen. I don't get involved in all that.
Okay, so you guys are not a fully sponsored team, or what?
We're fully sponsored. I believe all teams, like through high school, everything's covered, including the gear. Yes, sir.
Right. Yes. A lot of shoe companies aren't doing that. Drive Nation. I mean, I'm sorry, not Drive Nation. I mean, this
maybe.
Shout out. Hold on. No, Drive Nation. But shout out, and I got to do this right quick. Malice, was it Malice in the Palace? Netflix. Go see it, y'all. I haven't seen it all, but I really got to see it because Jermaine O'Neal is on there. And, I don't know if you saw me in Jermaine's dust up early in the year, right. But everybody think I'm mad at Jermaine. I'm not mad at Jermaine. Just we need to get some air conditioning. We need to get some AC in that damn Drive Nation facility when we got all these teams in town like that. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, that is one of the best facilities, though. But no, to go back to it, Blake Griffin and the Griffin family cover the high school teams.
Okay. Cool. Cool. All right. So I just wanted to know.
They just to let you know, they give back so much to Oklahoma. Like they build basketball courts, futsal courts. Like they do so much as a family, and they don't want any credit. Like they don't want to be mentioned. Like they probably be mad at me for saying that because they really want no credit. They're all about the kids. They're literally one of the best families and people I've ever met. So kudos to them. That's why I do this because of them. So I'm thankful for everything they do for me and my family.
No doubt.
Great for the kids. Our kids are lucky to play for the Griffins. I'll say that. The Griffin name.
Man, I'm just still stunned over that, man. I didn't know that. I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's why I like talking to people and having this kind of setting right now. I used to do this show. I don't know if you know my background a little bit as far as this podcast stuff, but I used to have a show back in 2006, 2005, 2006, 2007, somewhere around there. And it was a blog talk radio show where it was just internet and no video, just all me behind the thing, just, on the, just talking, going to work. Right. So this, video conferences and stuff, I love it. It gives it me more of a, I'm with you, in the same room, almost vibe to it a little bit. So I love this new setting and so forth, man. Good for technology these days, man. But man, I did not know that Team Griffin was because of Blake Griffin. I don't know how I didn't think of that. You know what I'm saying? Because he is Mr. Oklahoma, man. I mean, wow. All right. So good for you guys, man. How has that relationship been with you, man? Because you know, with as far as so he doesn't take the hit, and I guess, you know, because here in Texas we didn't, you know, I can't be the only one. I don't think. I hope not. But because I don't live under a rock, I'm normally in the know. You know, when people saying stuff, I know what's happening, right? How did I not know that? But do you ever get the you know, people saying, "Hey, are you the director of Team Griffin," or anything like that? Because I almost really assumed that a few years ago, right. You know, and I kind of thought you was like one of the main guys. I didn't know if you were the guy, but one of the main guys. With it.
No, I think everybody's kind of in tune that Mr. Taylor Griffin runs it, and then, you know, they hired Mr. Kellen McCoy, who was at an Adidas program before, to come on, and he won 16U Peach Jam. So, I mean, everybody knows he's the dude.
Right. Okay.
I just use the recruiting coordinator. That's what my title is.
Yeah.
So Kellen's the program director. Taylor and Blake are like the president.
Okay. Good. I'm gonna have to introduce myself one day, man, when I see that, because I plan on this year getting out to Oklahoma for a few tournaments this year.
You need so and also Rod Thompson, Bryce Thompson's father. He's like,
hey, that's my dude. Hold on, that's my guy there. He knows me. We met at the Elite 14 years ago when Bryce was like I think a freshman, as a matter of fact. Him and Mr. Phipps.
Yes, sir. Yep, Trey Phipps.
That was a badass white boy right there, man. I used to love me some Trey Phipps, man. I don't know if you know this or not, but I like some white kids, you know, on my all hoop teams, if you will, man. I like going to find them, man. And when I saw Phipps, I almost had a fight with a dude over Trey Phipps. I was going to interview them.
Right.
And the dude came and took the guy away from my interview, right in the middle of an interview, man.
I almost talk to these dudes, bodyguards, or what?
No, this was another media guy, dude. You know.
So
shout out to my boy, dude.
So there's competition like that with y'all too, huh?
It wasn't, you know, he back to coaching and everything now, but no, he's my dude now. We were friends then, but I'm telling you, man, I was hot over Trey Phipps because, man, I wanted to be the first to put this dude, you know. So anyway. Right. And that's when I stopped saying I don't want to be the first to do nothing. I don't want to do that no more. You know, I've never been into it. And then that was one of the times that I wanted to do it, and then almost had a fight over it. So that's when I realized, you know what, this be first kind of stuff ain't me. I ain't trying to do that. Right. Which brings me to my next thing. Yeah, I don't know if you follow my tweets here. You know, I'm somewhat controversial every now and then. I'll end up throwing some rocks at some people.
Right.
And I threw a rock kind of the media. You know, let's go into the media game, and you guys as program directors and recruiters, you know, rely a lot on media, you know, getting your kids out there and so forth. And you know, and I put a thing out. We were talking about how these coaches, recruiters, handlers, you know, help me get my kid out there, and we'll give you the exclusive for when he signs or whatever, things like promise. Do you guys kind of make them kind of promises out there? Let me just ask you that right now.
No,
you guys do all that? No.
Like you're saying, the handlers kind of say, "I'll help you." Explain again. Hold on.
Instead of me giving the story to ESPN, I'm gonna let you run his exclusive when he signs. Y'all do any of that?
No.
I mean, that's for the kids, right? You know what I'm saying? Let the kids do that, right?
No. Yeah. Mr. Taylor Griffin wouldn't let us do any of that for sure.
Okay, that's what I'm making sure on that.
We'll never try to like take a kid as property, or you know what I'm saying, or use a kid. Like, no, none of that happens.
Okay.
They do their own thing as far as that. Like, all we ever do is try to promote our kids through you guys and through other social media to the best of our ability.
Right. No doubt. Okay. So I was getting to the first part, you know, always being the first. I think that's part of the problem with the media game now. Everybody's always trying to get the story first. And I know that's the real world kind of stuff. You CNN, Fox, you know, all them kind of stations and all that. But why do we have to do that in grassroots, man? Have you ever thought about any of that before? I mean, you know, why does media have to do that? Is that helping the game for our kids, or you think that's kind of hurting the game?
No, they should.
A lot of people really getting upset over this, man, about kids doing that and not doing through their local media people. What's your thoughts on that?
Man, I just think it shouldn't happen. I mean, you got to let these kids be kids, I guess. As far as being the first, it should be you need to be the first to be right about the kid too, because there's a lot of stuff that comes out that isn't right because you're trying to rush. You know what I'm saying? But
well, a lot of people are looking at my stuff and saying, "Oh, that kid's gonna be good." Nah, I'm playing. I don't know.
Yeah, you already know. No, I mean, I guess there is something to shed light on a kid, but like, I mean, just I don't know. That's a hard question to ask. I really don't want to even get into that. That's like a slippery slope. I'll let you know that.
Yeah, and I just wanted to see do you guys as recruiters, coaches, do y'all think about stuff like that, man? And because I know we got some handlers here in DFW that do that. You know what I'm saying? And really, they know not to come with me with that crap, but I've had a couple of my young dudes get told that. Right. And I'm like, man, that dude ain't going to give you that story. That story is going, if he's blowing up like this, he's going to ESPN. And why wouldn't he? You know what I'm trying to say? If they pay him too, if ESPN is paying him too.
Yeah. I don't think we've ever had like any handlers even around our prompts. So that's what programs. So that's why I don't even know how to answer it. Because I really have never even thought about it or just not.
My ears perk up like a Doberman pincher. When somebody in the backyard, they hear everything, right? Them ears perk up. Yep. You just perk my ears up right there with that statement. Right. No handlers around the program. I like that.
Yeah, and that's why kind of AAU I think gets a bad reputation sometimes because of things like that. But we just don't allow that around our program.
Do you have any parameters, anything anything in place, in the event that you guys end up having anything like that for a player? Do you guys? What do y'all do to try to squash that?
Anytime anyone tries to overstep their bounds, we just let them know, like, hey, you're the guardian or parent or whatever. Like, that's what you are. And, we'll run it and you be on the sidelines and that's it. Like, no extracurricular is going to be going on like that.
Parents, they're getting crazier and crazier, John. How are y'all controlling your parents right now? I mean, what do y'all have any parents that kind of get, a little bit out there to cause a little tension to you guys? If so, how do y'all smooth that out?
I'll just say I was the assistant.
Got you on the seat. You're on the hot seat right now, John. Come on with it.
I was the assistant coach this year, so I didn't deal with any parents, so they were all great. That's all I got to say about that.
You sound just like a recruiter. Oh, they real good. They real good. On the show. Now I lied for you. That means you hooked me up.
Yeah, right. No, parent, that's their baby. You know what I'm saying? So I think the best approach to that is have a 48-hour rule is what I try to implement.
Okay.
Can't talk until 48 hours after a game.
I like that.
Because
and I used to coach.
High, there's some things that people might say, but I mean, you ultimately realize that's their baby. They're trying to do what's best for their baby, and you talk it out and you move on. So
I agree on that. Okay. Like that. I like that. Yeah, I like the 48-hour rule. Yeah, I used to coach. What was it? 7, 8, 9-year-old, 10-year-olds, and I used to really get into it. I was like Bobby Knight, damn near, with my kids. You messing up, hit that floor and give me 50 push-ups. I was in it. You know what I'm saying? So, and when my parents would trip, don't talk to me right now till Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll talk about this. Then that way, both of us are cool. Because right now I'm pissed and you're pissed, and I might say something that you ain't gonna like. And if you say something to me I ain't gonna like, then you're gonna be going somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So
for sure,
let's not talk right now. Exactly,
it's a really emotional game, especially right after a game. So I think that's the best way to do it.
No doubt. I like the 48-hour rule. Doggett, I was just ready to ask you about media, and I forgot my question on that. But anyway, we'll come back to another time. Give me the skinny, man, on who to watch out for your program coming up for the high school year. I know we talked about a few already. Well, let's say high school. Your team for next year, your varsity team for next year, man. What are we looking like for team?
I'll just give you the lowdown of how it went and the players. So the 16s qualified for Peach Jam.
Right.
Honestly, I think us and Houston Hoops were the only team in this region that qualified 15s and 16s for Peach Jam.
Really?
So I think that's pretty impressive. So that shows, us and them have a lot of young prospects coming up. And then I know I think TSF Mac did that too. But yeah,
Okay.
so we've got a lot of talent coming through. The 16s, you talked about the big fella, Brandon Garrison.
Yep.
6'9" rebound machine. He's got a bunch of D1s already. We had Trent Pierce out of Tulsa. He's out of Tulsa Union, 6'7" wing. He played unbelievable in the Peach Jam. I think he averaged like 13, 8, 5, 4, 3, something crazy like that. Like he can do everything at 6'7". He can guard the 1 through the 4. He actually just got offered by Oklahoma last night, I believe, or 2 days ago. And then you got David Castillo, who went to USA. He's out of Big, and he's playing up. He's out of Sapulpa, Oklahoma. He was up, so he's actually a 24, but he was playing 16U. He's got high D1s. Let's see. Then we had Ricky Hunt. He's out of Millwood. He is a dog. Like his recruiting, I think he can pick up some D1s just because he does what coaches want to see. Like he picks up 94 feet. He talks all day. He's just physical. And then we had a move in Ben Mosier. He came in late to our team. He's like a 6'3" shooter. Plays the right way. Doesn't turn it over. And then we had the three. The three out of states, which would be Drew Steffi, who we already talked about.
Okay.
So you know what he brings to the table. And then we had Trey Johnson.
Okay. Yes.
Don't
leave him open in the corner.
Yeah, I think he leaves tomorrow for the final 23 of USA.
Yep.
And he's ranked 3rd on it. And David Castillo's actually 11 on ESPN, and Trey is 3. So we've got number 3 and number 11 on ESPN guards.
Wow.
And they're both playing up. They both play up 16s. And then we had Jalen Crocker Johnson out of San Antonio, who is Tony Crocker's brother.
Okay.
He's like 6'7", lefty, bruiser, can do a lot of things. And, I've had a lot of interest on him, too. I'm trying to still get him a D1 offer, too. So, that squad's just loaded, and it qualified for Peach, which is huge. And then go down to the 15s. I'll give you a couple of those guys. The thing I would say to 15s is wait your turn. You know what I'm saying? It's coming. You're gonna blow up. Everybody wants to blow up now and be known, but you'll get there. But the couple guys that really impressed, Chris Mason, he's got a Tulsa offer already at 15.
Okay.
He's out of Tulsa.
6'6" kid, yes.
Yes. And then we had Dayton Forsyth, who is, he's a PG, and he averaged like 18.
Yep. I got him in red right now. Yep. I got him.
So he's out of Dale, Oklahoma, a little bitty town. I swear I drove through the town the other day.
Really?
I stopped at the gym, and they were all in there hooping, and I went and hooped with them. But I drove out, and it took me 45 seconds to get out of the town. That's how little the town is. It's like a couple houses, a school, and that's it. It's crazy.
Wow.
But that kid could go. He's got some interest. He might get an offer soon. So I'll tell you that. I've been in contact with some coaches. And then another guy that was top 5 in points and rebounds was Dylan Warlick. He's out of Edmond North.
Okay.
And he played 6A last year in Oklahoma, which is tough as a freshman, and killed. And he just got a CP3 invite, so I think he's going to CP3. But those are some of the guys on 15. And, I can literally go through that whole team because they went to the Final Four.
Really?
Jam. And they lost to the champions. TSF Mac won it, and we lost to them in the Final Four by 8. So we were literally razor thin from winning the whole thing.
Really?
And we had 2 guys play up. So what if those 2 guys? You know what I'm saying? We're loaded, loaded.
Tell me what's the difference. I see this Team Griffin 23 select team.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a kid that I liked on there. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Ethan Ellison.
Yes, sir.
6'5". Well, it was 6'6". He seemed like 6'7". Looked like he was pushing possibly 6'8". Man,
like a great showing the last season too. So we merged with PWP, which was Rod Thompson's program.
Yes.
Out of Tulsa. So, you know, they had like some teams in place already, and they're just playing under a different name. But they're really good too, and they can really play. And the guy you're talking about can really play. So
yeah, he was solid in that paint, man. You know, Kevin McKellish, like, you know,
right.
You know, I'm not saying he definitely, you know, but a little bit bigger, you know, chest and so forth to see him. I mean, this, you know, with a little more girth, and you know, he was nice. I saw them play like 2 times, and both games that kid was real solid, man. I was really impressed with that kid. So, all right, so the future is looking pretty good for you guys, man. You had a great showing at the EYBL.
So people don't know how hard it is to qualify at Peach Gym. Like,
oh yeah, we do. Oh yeah, we do.
Okay, you do, but like, I'm just saying, to have your 15s and your 16s qualify when only you and Houston Hoops do it in this region, because only 16 made it. You know what I'm saying? In both,
because JL3 had a good team as well, man, and I thought they were going to do it. They got kind of bumped at the end a little bit, and
I think they lost in tiebreaker to us.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Ooh.
Sorry about that.
I ain't gonna.
It's tough.
Sorry, now.
I literally think they went 5-2 and didn't qualify. That's how hard it is.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So you just talked about ranked players that you guys have, and that was one of the things I wanted to kind of touch bases with you on, because going back to some of my tweets again, right? You know, we're talking about rankings and how important they are, and I'm trying to relate this to media. I always feel like, listen, I'm one of those guys that I told you I was a point guard back in my day. I'm one of them guys that like setting the table up. You know what I'm saying? Throwing them alley-oops. So far, I like getting my jump on too, but I like throwing some alley-oops and everything, and I love making the fancy pass, right? And so I like saying I'm in this media game as an evaluator now. I try to set the table up for the high school guys that, you know, the ESPNs and you know, CBS, whoever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever, 247 Sports, whoever, the Rivals, all them guys, Gasso, my Texas Hoops guys, you know. So I like saying I help build them up, the players up, getting them up. And once we have you nationally ranked, how much love can a parent really want? You know what I'm saying? From your local media now. You're nationally ranked. What do we need to talk about you for?
Yeah, right. I mean, they gotta know, you know, it's a marathon, not a sprint, and like the work is what works. You know,
am I out of pocket for saying that? I mean, you know, I got a kid that I'm like, you know, I was real cool with the parents, loved them.
Right.
But, oh my God, they ended up being like the parents from hell, damn near. You know, when concerned this media stuff, and really, you know, you help build a kid up. Don't get me wrong, the kid is a talent on his own. You know what I'm saying? Right. And there's not a whole lot of work you had to do, but you had to get him mentioned in there so people can continue to talk to him on the high school level, right? So I think I did my job regarding that. I think a lot of other kids, you know, in this business did the same. And ranked nationally as a sophomore and a junior in ESPN,
right? I
don't need to talk about you no more.
Yeah, I mean,
right? I need to go find somebody else to start, you know.
For sure.
Kind of seeing the same, you know, 5 or 6 guys talking about all the time, right? Am I out of pocket for feeling that way? Talk to me about how you think, you know, we as media, you know, you should be trying to emphasize kids on that, or try to find other kids. I mean, what's your stance on that?
Well, my advice to them would just be focus on what you can control. You know, they need to just focus on the work and getting better, and the rest of the stuff will fall into place. As far as the media, I mean, there's so many kids. It's hard. You know, you gotta spread the love, and you gotta, you know, find the diamond. That's what you're there for too, to help discover other people. You know, so I mean, if they're ranked, I mean that should be great, and they should just get to work. That's what I would say. Get to work, you know, and focus on you, and don't worry about any of the other outside forces. Like, if you start worrying about that, it's just going to take away from what can get you to the next level. So as long as you're in the conversation and you're there, the rest will be history. Like, because the D1 offers are going to come from that and everything. So I would just say, you know, it's hard, because no matter who you pump, somebody's going to be upset. that's not pumped, or if you stop pumping someone, it's hard. Like they got to understand, you're just trying to do your job and help other kids too.
Yep. I always say this. Listen, you got there.
Right.
Stay there. You better start figuring out a way to stay there.
Yeah, because people are going to be coming for
we
you.
just really put eggs on your back, being real, from 8th grade on into high school now. You really had that X on your back, because don't think these kids ain't trying to go at you every time they lace them up and see you, across from them right now. Oh, he 15th ranked in the country. I got to get him. I got to do him. You know what I'm saying? So
100%.
You got to be worrying about making sure your kid understands, that he's now the hunted, not the hunter anymore. He's now being hunted. And to hear people that's even at the top 100 camp, top NBA 100, right?
Yes,
down
sir.
there saying, hey, man, we don't get enough media love, locally.
You're at the top 100. And it was only 60. You're one of 60. That's incredible.
So, you guys had that kind of problem with your parents down there when they talking about this media love stuff? Do you guys ever have conversations like that with them?
No, I don't think. I think we just would say the same thing. Like we'll do our best to pub everybody in our program. We want to pub everybody in our program. So I think they understand that. I haven't really had talks like that.
Okay.
But we don't have a lot of media in Oklahoma right now. That's the thing.
No doubt.
I'm saying? So that's why that's why I want to come on and just get some attention to us and our players.
No doubt.
Because our players deserve it. And, because there were some that were doing it, but now they're like doing their own circuit. So they don't talk about the other teams. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I would love somebody to start some media in Oklahoma, because you would kill it, because we literally don't have hardly any.
Yeah. Right. Wow. I want to say I like hearing that, but that's interesting to hear. I thought I saw a couple of times Prep Hoops. I think that's their name. I'm not really, I know they were doing some events, but I heard they weren't allowing other media people in and so forth. And I was like, okay.
I don't know what they're doing right now. I don't want to get into any of that.
All right. So let me ask you this: who are some of the big tournament throwers? Name some of the big tournaments that you got to go to in the state of Oklahoma, AAU wise, on the boys' side. It's your chance to really, score some points with some tournament directors down there.
I mean, as far as like what age group are you trying to get to?
Let's go high schools, man. Let's go high schools, and then give me junior highs. I mean, is there anything major events there that I know Athletes First used to have some good tournaments.
I don't know if I don't know if our high school played a tournament in Oklahoma this year.
Really?
I don't know if we did. It used to be one of the ones you just mentioned. It used to be they had some big tourneys. I mean, that's probably what I think. There's there's Prep Hoops like state tournament, Oklahoma State tournament. That's around like July 4th.
Okay,
that's one. I really don't like. Oklahoma needs a facility that can have more courts to have like a really national tournament. I feel like I really don't. I'm dumbfounded. You asking me a question I don't know the answer to.
Okay, all right, that's fine. I do need to start. And I asked you that because I said, hey man, I'm gonna make my way down into Oklahoma. I got one of my best friends there I used to play baseball with, and he lives in Oklahoma City. Yeah. And so I used to go there all the time, when we used to go to the Athletes First tournament.
Yep.
And when my kid played. And so
I want to get a Team Griffin tournament going. That's what we're thinking about doing.
You guys definitely need to do something. If you guys do a tournament, definitely let me know on that so I can make my way down there for that. I definitely would be happy to do that one. Any camps down there in Oklahoma that, are must-see camps, must-do camps, nothing? Not even sure on that. Okay.
No.
You guys don't have any camps, anything like that in for you guys?
No, I mean, come to Team Griffin training camp before the start of next season.
where speaking of which, where is your training camp at? Where are you guys based out of?
We've partnered with the Hoop House here in Oklahoma. It's on like 63rd and Santa Fe. So that's where we hold basically all the things we do there now. So when COVID hit, we had a huge training camp where like a bunch of different people came from everywhere, and that one was huge. I think really COVID just fragmented so much that I didn't pay attention this year because we were just going to other places, because of COVID.
Okay.
So no, I would say, yeah, Team Griffin training camp. Come on. It'll be in December for the young kids and March for the old kids. That's all you need to know.
Okay. December. All right. I need to keep my lazy eye on that too, because that might be something I might be interested in going to be a part of as well. How early do you guys start over there? When you say young kids, how early? What's that starting age for you?
Yeah, so like anything under 15U is what I call young, just because it's under high school. So I think the middle schools all start back up in like December. That's when we held our tryouts and everything, and then the older ones, they wait until high school's over, so they're in like March, middle of March.
Okay.
So we'll get it cranked back up. But yeah, as you see, there's a lot of opportunity for tournaments. If you want to come do a tournament in Oklahoma, it would probably blow up.
Okay. All right. Interesting. I'll think about that on that. EYBL, the varsity team, you didn't say much about them on there. I know we did. How do we do in there for that? For
the 17th?
Yes, the 17th.
We competed in every game. We had a tough schedule.
I saw a couple of them. Yeah, you guys.
Yeah, I think the games we won like 3 or 4 games. I think we got Amani Bates' team. That kind of counts as one. You know what I'm saying? That's
right.
But we were. EYBL, the margin is so thin.
Right.
Anybody can win on any game. Like we lost to the New York Rens by like 2, and they're in the Final Four. You know what I'm saying? Like the margin is so thin, a bucket here, bucket there. I mean, I think we had a great showing. We didn't pull out as many wins as we wanted to qualify, but we went down and we got our kids exposure. And I think that's number one.
All that matters. Yeah, nobody's really caring. Nobody knows unless you win it. Nobody remembers everybody else that was in there.
Sure. And Coach, you give a shout out to Coach McCoy. I mean, that dude is unbelievable on the whiteboard. Like anytime we're coming out of a timeout, it's a bucket. Just on the whiteboard. He's a magician. He played at Weaver and was player of the year there with Damian Lillard. Was a sophomore. He was a senior. He was player of the year. He coached at OU as a GA, and now he's a head coach at Norman North. I'm trying to learn from the dude can coach. So
all right.
Shout out to him. But yeah, we come out of timeout. We come out. He drew some up. We're getting a bucket. So I just want to give him a shout out because he let me watch and learn as his assistant. And and then we had another assistant, Brandon Jackson, who's the same. They're really good friends. They both can coach. So I was lucky to learn from those dudes this year. Very thankful that I got to learn because Kellen won Peach Jam. That's one thing we haven't talked about. Right before COVID. We had a great Oklahoma class with, Bijan Cortez, who's at OU, Trey Alexander's going to Creighton, Jackson Robinson's at Arkansas, DJ Freeman's going, I believe, to OBU, PJ Johnson going somewhere. We had Glory Humba, who's, leading his team in Covington, Oklahoma. And then we had the 2 Texas boys, Damian Collins. And KJ Adams.
JJ.
So, Kellen took them to win 16 Peach Jam over Takeover, and that's what got us our Nike deal. You talk about how hard it is. Go win the whole thing, and you'll get it at 16.
Yeah, wow.
And that's it's almost impossible to do. It's so hard to do. And Kellen pulled that out. So kudos to him, and I'm thankful for him.
No doubt. Switching gears a little bit. Give me put you in a hot seat a little bit. Toughest EYBL team that you played this year?
At 17s?
17s.
Oh, man, they're all tough. I would say New York Rens. They had the 2 7-foot towers. One of them's going to Duke. They had the shooter that's going to like Tennessee, I think. That's automatic. Boo Williams was really good. They got the point guard that's going.
I saw that game.
Michigan, I saw that game somewhere. Vegas Elite's good with Dior Johnson. We played them all. We played Amani. Amani's special. He's special. We played JL3 played really good. Arsenal had 30.
Yeah.
That kid can hoop.
Yeah.
Every game.
You guys get to play pro skills?
We did not. But man, they had.
What did you think of them? Yeah, they had a great showing at EYBL, man. I think they're one injury away from winning that whole thing. Do you think?
Yeah, I feel like they kind of got it hurt them that they had to play final twice because they beat Team Final.
Yeah.
And then they got him again in the Elite Eight. It would have been nice to get him maybe in the championship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but they had a rematch Team Final who's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And they went 1-1 against the team that won it. I mean, we had
Kyron Lindsay doesn't get hurt. They don't win. They don't beat him though.
Right.
Kyron, that's a lot. The rebound, there's a lot of points inside. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, when we had that training camp I was telling you about at the Hoop House, the Griffin Cason Wallace came.
Yes.
That dude. Whew, he's nice. He's special, man. So I know the type of personnel that they had. They did a great job.
Keontae George, Cason Wallace. Who are you rolling with?
Both.
You're not even gonna take one. You taking both.
Give me both. They're both special because we played Southern Assault earlier this year too, and he's special.
Yeah.
I think we just announced Baylor, right?
Yeah. He finally announced it. We all knew it like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Baylor's building a dynasty, a powerhouse. Give me both, and my backcourt is solidified. I don't need anybody else.
Awesome. I like that. I like both of those kids as well, man. Toughest. All right. So you said you played. I was going to ask you who's your toughest Texas team, but you just said Assault was pretty good and Pro Skills was pretty good against you already. Your 16s. Give me your toughest game at EYBL for your 16s.
I would say why not? They won it all.
Really?
We had to play them in the final 16 in pool play, and that game was to make it to the next round of 8, and they got us. So and they went on to win the whole thing. So we lost. Okay. We lost to the champions in 15 and the Final Four, and we lost to the champions in 16 to be in the Elite 8. So
that's awesome.
We had a tough schedule. Their guards are unreal.
That's a good showing, though.
And Drive, kudos to Drive Nation. I got some guys 16 on there that I love. Yeah. RJ, KJ. I love all those dudes. So
Ron Holland.
I've recruited some of those dudes, and they're great kids. So kudos to them. They did good.
Yeah, man. I just felt that last overtime, they just fell apart, man. I was like, oh God.
What was the deal with the technical that happened? I heard people talking about it, but I didn't see the game.
Man, I actually forgot what happened on that. But
I think they got a technical in the second overtime or something.
I think he slammed the ball.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, it was not cool. No, actually, yeah. It was a tied up ball, and the dude kind of snatched it and slammed it. And it wasn't any, guys getting to each other's face or whatever, know. Here it is, you're in double overtime, and wow. They ended up, and then they had to come right after that point, they just fell apart, man. Bad shots, turnovers, and they ended up, they should have won that game. That game should have never went to the second overtime.
For sure.
Just had a couple of mishaps, man. But big shout out to Drive Nation 16s.
I got to give one shout out to Jacoby Walter too, because his dad told me he was going to listen. I got to have him at Made Hoops West, that one we won. That kid can go too, because he used to be at Drive, so it reminded me.
I almost forgot about that one. Yeah. I don't know how I almost forgot about that. They lost to They lost to 18U. They lost to an 18U.
Who's that?
Who's that? I'm looking right here. Hold on. Someone put on here. Hang on. Let's pull it on the show right there. They lost to an 18U.
Maybe he's saying some of the, COVID had a lot of kids that got to play, until they committed or something. So maybe, there it is. He's saying Team Why Not is old. I saw some Twitter stuff. I don't know anything about that.
All right, Z. My man gonna know it right there, man.
Yeah.
So okay.
Go though. I don't know how old they are, but they can play.
That's my guy there, Z Mahmood, man. His brother, one of my guys, man. He played with JL316s. He's out of Leander Rouse. My guy's name is Nazar.
Yeah, that like 6'7" kid that can go.
Yeah, he's 6'6". Yeah, Yeah,
I know who you're talking
light-skinned
about.
kid, man.
He's
It's my
really, really,
dude,
really
man.
good.
Really great family, man. Great kid, man.
What's up,
You
Pops?
know, yep. Dude can do it, man. And
Yeah.
his brother is a huge basketball fanatic, if you will. Can I call you a fanatic, Z? No, I don't think he's real cool. I just messing with him.
Nice.
Yeah, he's real reserved, man. But he knows. So if he says that team was old as whatever, I'm a roll with him on that. So and 9 times out of 10, them teams from California and New York and all them kids are old. Florida too, and they
Right.
always want to run their mouth about what they're doing here in Texas. At least we are legit with our kids. I say this all the time, and you're gonna get your ass whooped here, when you come here. So let's make sure you understand that. The sign, you see the sign when you cross, those state lines come from Oklahoma. What it say? Don't you mess with Texas, right?
I thought it was everything's bigger in Texas.
That too, that too. I kind of leave that. Well, never mind. That was my old player line back in the day. So I'm not a player no more. I got to keep reminding myself that. But all right, so great showing in EYBL, man. We talked about some of the upcoming players that we need to keep our lays out on for this upcoming year. What do you do during the high school season, man? Are you I know you always recruiting.
Yes, sir.
I know that.
Yes, sir.
Your players that you have, how often do you go see them play? Even the kind of out of city. What city you live in, by the way? Where's
I live in Oklahoma City. Yes, sir.
Right in the middle of Oklahoma City.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I try to go to as many high school games as I can and go check in on our guys. I just love basketball, so I'm always around it, always recruiting it. And then Kellen's always training guys, throughout the season. So we try to keep them engaged and keep them training. And then, but we also want them to enjoy their high school, and we don't try to overload them, with anything. We want their high school coaches happy, and we want them to be able to enjoy their high school experience.
Awesome. The March tryouts, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it always in March? Ain't that a little late? Don't y'all? I mean,
we always wait until high school season's over. Right when you try to find who you think will play, but there's always guys that come to tryouts and show up, and you want them on the team. So you think you have an idea of who you want, but you always have a tryout because some dudes come out of there and make it. But yeah, we do it as soon as high school ends. We do it.
Okay.
Yeah. What did everybody else do? What's Texas do? Like last year, they already got the tryouts going.
February, as soon as teams start getting knocked out the playoffs, they having their little, they call it warm ups or just open run,
right?
But they're really looking to get you in the gym so they can get you, on the team and so forth. So it really all depends on the organization. Some of them don't do anything until after the playoffs as well, and that's normally state championships are normally the second week of March.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's in San Antonio. I'm there every year. I'm a high school dude. I love my high school basketball. I'm with shout out to my guys FridayNightGlory.com. We kind of do the stream live games and so forth, interview the players after the games and so forth. So we kind of hopefully everything is going back to that for this year now that COVID's out. Go ahead.
Let me put you on the hot seat. You already took Amarillo in 5A. Who you got in 6A?
Woo!
Is Duncanville? What is Duncanville going to four-peat?
Well, and I live in Duncanville, and I love David Peavy and them, but I don't know, man. I thought we were getting that player from El Paso. I'm not going to say his name, so don't say that. I know you already know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about.
That didn't happen, so he went back. So I'm just wondering who's going to be the killer over there. You got Duncanville's got Ron Holland.
Yeah,
who I absolutely love. You know what I'm saying? But that was one of the guys that got. That was one of the guys that got that. That's the dude that got the tech, I think, in that EYBL.
Right,
so
Ron's really good, man. He's special.
Yeah, but we got to make sure we're controlling our temper too, though.
Yeah.
I'm worried about that a little bit, and I probably can't. You probably shouldn't worry about that, but that kind of gets me. When the moment's on, he gets a little heated. So I'm being in his ear a lot about that. So.
Yeah.
I like Ronald Holland. I like Davion Sykes, who's had a great summer.
Yeah.
If he stays healthy, that's going to be the key to them. And of course, you just said, 6'10", 6'11", Cameron Barnes.
He's
He's
a great
looking
kid too.
stronger.
I got to coach him.
Yeah, he played with your program as well.
Yep.
Great,
Just a couple
great
times,
family too. Mother's is a doll.
Awesome.
We love her.
Awesome mom.
And great kid. Eric Demmons, a point guard for them to play for Urban DFW. He's one of my kids. I love that dude.
But are they 4 people? Oh, you're skipping the question.
I'm trying to talk myself into it right now by thinking about the players right now because Cason Wallace and Rylan Griffin, and they just picked up this kid from Chicago, from Richardson, and they had a nice little group already.
They made it to like the Final Four, right? Final 8. That might.
Both years, and so I just think that Cason Wallace right now, and I'm gonna tell you this now. This is a guards game, man. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about Duncanville in the past, they've always had that dog. They got a dog at that guard position, or that wing, that 3. Jamias Ramsey, then Micah Peavy. And then you got my guy out of West Texas, the kid. Oh my God, I can't think of his name now. Uric Phelps, SMU side. Just dogs, man. You know what I'm saying? At that position that can just really take over at certain points. I don't know who they have doing that this year. CJ Ford is a tough one for them, but I don't know. Go ahead.
What I saw from them was their defense was incredible.
Always going to play defense,
man.
And this team is probably going to be their best defensive team. But you still got to score the ball.
So
you know what I'm saying?
So you're saying Richardson? Isn't that the name that Cason's team plays on?
Yeah, Richardson. Yeah. And let me go through the side door right quick.
Okay.
And I'm not saying this because he played for you, but man, McKinney High School is a team that might pop somebody. And they have that guard that if he takes over, and you know him very well, Jacoby Walter, if he takes over, with I think it's the Vincent kid, that little left-hander shooter, and then they got the I can't never say his name, Amike. I'm just going Amaka. I can't think. Hey, 6'5" kid that can jump out the gym.
Gotcha.
And I mean jump. And so they've got a good nucleus right there. And they got this white kid, 6'8" kid. I can't think his name right now. It's going to come to me. But this kid has got some hops. And Mike got a little brother mixed in with him a little bit in his blood, because the way he jumps, I'm telling you, if you see him, you're gonna be like, oh, hold on, that ain't the average white kid jumping right there. I'm telling you, this kid got some springs, and the coach loving to death. They got great coaching, so those 3 teams are gonna be really, really, really hard to beat.
Gotcha.
And law of averages, man. Law of averages, like
somebody.
God dang, PV, how many championships you gonna win in a row? Really? You know what I'm saying?
He can coach. He can definitely coach.
I don't want to say, Duncanville is not, you know what I'm saying? But I will not be surprised if one of those 2 teams tops him this year. And then, you still got to think about Capel, with
Anthony Black, right?
Anthony Black and Ryan Argowald. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Slam dog millionaire. That's my dude right there. You know what I'm saying? I love me some Ryan Argowald.
Hey, you were talking about SATs earlier. Well, I wonder what his SAT is if he's going to Stanford. It must be up there.
Man, that dude is so smart, man. You push him a word that you ain't never been able to pronounce or understand in your life, or come out and you'll realize that he's a walking dictionary. If you
does he spell better or
vocabulary? Huh?
He spell better or shoot better?
Both, man. That dude's got a strap on him. I think he's one of the best shooters in this region. I don't know exactly what the whole nation looked like, but I will not be surprised if he's one of the best in the nation now.
Put my boy Brendan Hausen in there.
No doubt. But Brendan can't light it up like Ryan. I'm gonna tell you, Ryan. And let me say this too. And it's not fair for me to say that against Brendan, because I see Ryan more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when I see Brendan plays against a lot of tough teams.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's I see Ryan, and I've been talking about Ryan since he was in the 6th grade, by the way.
Right.
I got a little picture of him where he looked like he wasn't nothing but a little piece of string. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's how
Right.
skinny he was. But I got plenty of stories on that kid. But his overall development, I've been seeing it throughout these years, and I'm probably more now of a fan of him.
Right.
And you're not gonna be able to sway me from that kid. You know what I'm trying to say? I've seen it too much. But I've seen hold on. I've seen Brendan get down. I saw him light ASAC up.
Yeah.
That night we, at one of the tournaments at Duncanville this year, the field house. Brendan is a scorer, man, and can hit it from anywhere. But I'm gonna tell you this: Ryan has range.
Yep.
And he is consistent, bro. So,
I need to send you a video. I need to send you a video.
You're supposed to be already sending me some videos. But you're good. The next time we have you on,
I don't really see too much of it. I'm just playing, but I would love to see a 3-point contest or something.
I would too, man, because man. I mean, there's some guys out here that can really stroke that ball, man. That I would really like to see. For all the marbles, put up or shut up.
Give me your top 3 shooters in Texas.
Oh Jesus, man! I wouldn't even be. Those 2 right there off the top.
Right.
And
so
man, we got a lot of shooters, man. But those 2 Rylan Griffin.
Yep.
Rylan Griffin's a great shooter.
He hits some tough shots, man.
Yes.
Not creative.
What class are we talking about? Where are we going?
Right. Because I'm just thinking 17s. Like you start going down, you got guys on our team that
Trey Johnson,
Trey, Drew, Castillo.
The Bunch kid was killing. When I saw him hitting it. For you guys, I know he went. Why not? But he was killing when I saw it. Speaking of Capel, they got another little Indian kid on that team. Little bitty short guy that I've seen hit like 6 and 8 and maybe 7 in 3 games that I've seen him threes. And I'm telling you, a little kid named Devonk Rain for Capel. He can shoot the ball. And I would put him in a 3-point contest just as I don't want to say gimmick like, but because he's short, you only expect him to be there, that he can mess around and win it. Because he's one of them little pit bulls right now that's been locked up in the closet, ain't getting no love and so forth, and he wants it. I'd like to see him on there. Another top shooter, Kendall Dowell. I don't think you know him for ASAC. Number 12.
Oh no, he can light it up.
Yep. He was strong.
He shooting the ball. Yeah, he can play.
I'm trying to go down the list right now. I saw a kid. Oh no, I can tell you right now, one of the best shooters that I've seen this year. Seriously, played with TJ Ford.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get you his name right quick.
I'm gonna start writing these down.
Yeah. Hey, this kid. Hey, I feel like I'm. Hold on, I just caught you. I just caught on what you said. Yeah. This one here is graduating now.
Oh, okay.
This one here.
Tell me some 16s and 15s. Come on.
Darius Woodson, man, for TJ Ford, man, has been the 5 or 6 times I've seen this kid lights out. Probably hit like 6 or 7 threes in each of the games that I've seen him play. Gotcha. Maybe except for maybe one where he probably had 3 or 4.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry. How am I forgetting my main gun? All right, the top 3 that I want to see in it, Joseph Waring, and I may be saying his name wrong for lockdown.
Gotcha.
Syntax lockdown. He's out of what school is he out of? Georgetown. Gotcha. Georgetown High School. We saw him drop like 9 threes in a Gasso game that was like ridiculous. Mm-hmm. First half too, by the way.
Nice, dang, lighting it up.
Yeah. So I want to see Joseph Waring. I want to see Brendan Housen, and I want to see Ryan Agawam in a 3-point contest.
I'll take my boy, but I'm in.
I'd like to see that. Damn, man, you got me thinking. How can I get this set up?
Right.
I need to talk with Glenn Smith. Shout out to Glenn Smith with the Thanksgiving Hoop Fest. I don't know if you attend that every year, but
get a dunk contest and a
we
3-point.
need to get a dunk contest and a 3-point. They used to have the dunk contest.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to that, but yeah, they need to get a 3-point contest for real and let those, because I think Amarillo is supposed to be coming to the Hoop Fest this year.
Yeah,
so if that is the case,
or something, let them go at it.
Yes. Dang, man, you got my wheels turning now. Thinking about that now. So yeah, I those three guys definitely I would like to see in a 3-point contest. Maybe add Rylan Griffin in that. Maybe put in what's your guy's name for JL3? Baby Harden, Bryce Griggs. But Bryce hadn't really been. He really hadn't been shooting the ball well.
Probably in there, Little Orlando from Houston Hoops. You can light it.
Little Shorty, little Shorty. Yeah, you're right. I'd like to see him and Devont go at it.
Yeah,
the battle of the short man.
Yeah,
see what's going down like that. But
I'm short, so I like my short players.
I do too. My son is 5'8", 5'7", 5'8". Right. My son is at Dallas Baptist, and he can shoot the ball as well. So anyway, I like short point guards, man, and I'm a point guardologist. So that's good stuff there, man. I like your thought process on that.
Yes,
you didn't tell me much about Garrison, by the way.
Oh man, he's just he's a great teammate, great kid. Rebounds everywhere.
What is he ranked?
I think he's 67th
in the nation. ESPN
247. I don't think he's on ESPN. I don't think he's I think they're only at 50 right now or 60. I don't think he made it, but he's gonna get there.
How did he look in EYBL?
Oh, he played great. I think he averaged like 13 and 8, 13 and 9. I mean, he's a board man. He wants to block everything. He dunks everything.
Right.
And he's low maintenance. He doesn't care if he impacts the game whether he gets the ball or not. I mean, and that's what you want, and he runs the floor like a deer. I mean, the dude does everything, and he's a great kid. Everything you want. He's blowing up. I mean, he's got so many D1s,
long arms. Oh my God.
Yeah. But hopefully ESPN will get him in there. I think he should be.
They will. He's what school is he at?
He's at Del City. He actually plays where I told you Mr. Griffin, Tommy Griffin, Blake and Taylor's dad coaches.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah,
that's gonna be big.
They won it. They won it 6A in Oklahoma with him and Slim. I'm trying to. I don't know why his name's mistake, but they won all of 6A. He's going to Valparaiso. Slim is Keandre.
Okay.
And Terry McMorris is on that team. So yeah, they're really good. They won 6A. They beat Padula, who's going to West Virginia in the final.
Yes. I didn't ask you this, by the way. Who's y'all's rival in Oklahoma, man? Who's Team Griffin's rival? Do y'all have one?
We just focus on us. We just focus on us.
I like that.
All we try to do is be the best we can be. And if we ever play an Oklahoma team, we just try to win. But yeah, we just Team Griffin is our rival.
How often do you guys play Buddy Buckets?
We didn't play them this year. So I would say 0 out of the last 2 years.
Really? Y'all didn't get to play them with the Padula kid? Padula? What's his name? Sean Padula?
We played them. I think our 17s played their 16s, and their 16s played our 17s in a tournament because it was a tournament of 17U, and everybody played up.
Right.
And we won both and took a picture and got up out of there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but
no,
they do a good job. We just focus on us.
Okay. I didn't know who. I'm trying to think who else was the big one. PWP. I didn't see them, of course, now because they merged with you guys. Yeah. So I was trying to think of who out of the Oklahoma state of Oklahoma was good.
The other shoe team in the state right now is Trae Young.
Yeah, and you guys didn't really play.
I think I can't remember what happened in that game.
Okay,
but yeah. No, I would say our rival is us. As long as we do what we're supposed to do, we're going to excel, hopefully. So
no doubt.
But we respect all those programs in Oklahoma because they're helping kids. So
Exactly. I like that. I like that. What do I like how you just put that. What do you think when you seeing all the feud and stuff with the Dallas teams or the Texas teams on here?
I mean, it's so competitive. I understand, you know what I'm saying? But everybody's just got to remember we're doing this. I see that question. Um, everybody's just everybody's got to remember, like, it's about the kids. You know what I'm saying? Try to remember it's about the kids. Put the egos aside and just do what's best for the kids. Pub the kids and not worry about all the little stuff. Because I mean, we got to be past that. I'm trying to learn myself because I've before on Twitter I've said things. I'm trying to learn from Mr. Griffin and Mr. McCoy, Coach McCoy, and Rod Thompson, and I'm trying to be better. Like, it should be about the kids, and that other stuff shouldn't matter.
I understand. I like that. I like that. So as you see, please talk about Trey Johnson's development from spring till now. He's gotten a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's put on even a little more size, getting stronger. Handles just got elite. Shot is elite. Like, when you see shooters like him and some of the other guys we talked about, the ball just goes in different. Like, it just looks different. The net moves differently. Yeah. And Trey just works. His dad and him nonstop in the gym. You know, his dad coaches his high school at Lake Highlands, assistant coach, I believe, there. And he just works. Like, when you put in the work, you're going to get better and better and better. And he trains with Kellen sometimes, and he trains with Tyler Relf, another dude we talk about. Right, I mean, he's in the lab with Drew, and all those dudes are in Tyler Relf's lab. So he's got some credit to that too. And then playing up, he plays up for us. When you play up and you're playing against guys that are bigger and stronger, guess what? Your game is going to get better.
That's how lazy passes can't be lazy no more on that upper level.
The way you get better growing up back in our day, you play the biggest dudes in the neighborhood, right? So Trey Johnson plays up. He's playing USA Elite or USA Camp. He's going there. He's playing that talent. He's playing Peach Jam 16 as a true 15U.
Right.
He's going to get better, and he puts in the work, and he wants to be good. So that's what it takes.
I knew I liked you for a reason, man. Me and you cut from the same cloth. I tell people all the time, man. You know, give me the kid that's playing up any day versus a guy that's being talked about as the same as him, whatever, being compared to him. That kid ain't playing up like the other kid is. I'm going with that guy that's playing up because you hit it on the nose. The speed of the game, he's getting he's getting faster. I talked about the lazy passes, the high IQ. Your IQ is getting better. And you're getting stronger. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that contribute. As you know, my friend right here on the feed with us right now, Zaid Mahmoud, his little brother plays up.
Yeah.
Now he played 16s, in the EYBL, but he's been playing for ASAC 17s the whole time and getting buckets, getting busy, And so I can't wait to see what this kid is going to look like next year. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always a proponent of the guy playing up. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and you talk about, you were talking about rankings and parents, and like he's ranked 3rd on ESPN, and I text him like all the time, like, you haven't done anything, get to work. Like, he wants to work. He wants to be told the truth.
Yeah. And when I told him that.
Yeah.
You ain't the best player in Texas right now, dog. I'm tell you that right now.
So when
they might have you ranked up there like that, but right now you ain't ranked like that with me. But I do that to try to keep them grounded.
To motivate, you don't want that stuff to go to their head. That stuff doesn't matter. Like, you listen to guys whose kids have made it to the NBA, and they're like, no one cares about your ranking. Yeah. The NBA dude don't care about your ranking. So like that's the ultimate goal. So he wants that, and he's working for it every day, and that's the kids that make it.
I tell Ron Holland this for the last 2 years now, because he's been one of the higher ranked in that 23 class for a minute. And told him, I says, look, man, when that ranking came out last year, actually, to whom much is given, much is required.
Yep.
So trust me, we talk about that X all the time on your back. You better be ready to handle that, because dudes are going to be coming at you. I think Trey is built for that. You know what I'm saying? You wonder, his dad was pretty good, and
his dad's awesome, man.
Yeah, he was a killer back in the day. Trust me when I tell you. So the pedigree, the DNA is there, man. You know what I'm saying? So Trey might be quiet, you know, in demeanor wise and all that, but he's ready. He's a kid ready to just really to cut you all up, man. I had I like doing my pictures and with the graphics on it and so forth. I got this Halloween graphic where I had the picture and then all of a sudden the hand just comes out like that and comes back in. That's Trey Johnson. You know what I'm saying? He's sitting there and is looking all, you know what I'm saying? And, that hand just come out. It just grabs you. That's perfect.
He's young. He's young, man. He just turned 15.
Yeah. Doesn't look like he's gonna bust a grade. That dude is a killer. Good for him, man. Going to USA basketball. We do hope that he makes his final cut, man. Parting shots, John. We got like 5 minutes left. Talk to me, man. Give me your thanks. Who helped you get here? Floor is yours. Microphone is yours, man.
Yeah, just like what I talked about, everybody that's in Griffin, always supporting the kids. Mr. Tommy Griffin, Mr. Taylor Griffin, Mr. Blake Griffin, Coach McCoy, Coach Thompson, and then DJ. I'm always talking to Coach Lemons. Troy was the 15U coach. I mean, we're like a family over here at Griffin right now, and I love that. When I got here 4 years ago, it was a little bit fragmented, and we always talked about that's how we want it. But now, we're like this. So
you're a power now.
I love coaching with them. I love being around them. And just thanks to them and thanks to all my former players. Like, a coach is nothing without the dudes that play for him. And they're the ones that got me here. I didn't do anything special. I had great kids that are great players, and they won games, and they won games the right way, and that's what got me here. So thanks to all the dudes that have played for me, and I've been lucky enough to coach, because I'm thankful every day to get to coach these dudes.
Don't forget about the parents.
Who's that?
Don't forget about your parents.
Oh, yeah, for sure. My mom and dad. Hey, my pops, man, he never missed a game for me growing up. So that's for sure. Basketball will always give back what you put in. So, as long as you do it the right way. So, yeah, I'm thankful for them.
Awesome. Like that. All right, there he is. John ROBY, man, Team Griffin. Definitely was a pleasure chopping it up with you tonight, man. The first of hopefully many more to come. I definitely like what I'm hearing out of you. I've always have. You've been, a stand-up kind of guy, man, that like I said, I've been keeping my lays out on you, man, seeing what kind of the guy you are, man, and definitely been a pleasure speaking with you and getting to know you guys a little bit better on the, from afar, if you will.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on and retweeting some things about kids. I mean, that's what I'm here for. So thank you so much for having me on and just let me get some exposure to these Oklahoma dudes and these out-of-state dudes. Like, I think all our out-of-states right now are Texas, except for one in like 7th or 8th grade. He's out of Kansas, but I'm thankful. Yeah, appreciate you helping our kids out, because that's what we're here for.
I definitely want to extend to you, again, another, opportunity to send what you got as far as the videos and all that. I send them to coaches and so forth as well. When I start looking at huddles and all that, I think
I'll send you some, because there's some guys that need to get some more love and some more offers that really perform well. So I want to keep pushing them as much as possible.
Yeah. So we know coaches on all levels. So let me start looking at some of that film, man, so we can help you guys out as well. I know Buff does the same thing. Shout out to Kellen Buffett.
Buff, man.
I'm going to be there this weekend. Speaking of Buff, the Next Wave camp this weekend in Duncanville. That's where I'll be at this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, getting it in, man, seeing who's because I saw Brandon G there last year. He was, Mr. Garrison killed it last year. Oh my goodness. I think I had him as the #1 ranked player out of that camp.
I think he went to Pangos after that, and that's when he took off too. Because he went to Pangos and I think got co-MVP.
Yeah, that's what I called Dino's immediately after I left that. The Next Wave, and told him the same thing about Garrison. So good stuff, man. Like I said, I'll be at the Next Wave this weekend. I hope a lot of you guys be there as well. Again, John, appreciate you coming on.
Yes, sir.
Like I said, open invitation, man. You're welcome to come on another time. Like I said, we'll check in periodically, I guess, right?
Yes, sir.
Have you on for a little bit. You give me a little scoop on what team Griffin got going and
For
who
sure.
you might get signed or whatever, or committed to you guys for the upcoming season, we'll be happy to do that as well.
And we
So
might be making like overtime league announcements one of these days soon. The way this
okay.
NIL is going, these kids are
Oh
going to
yeah.
be getting bags.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's great. I just saw. I don't know if you saw that earlier. That kid, middle school kid, just signed a deal. I got to find out more about that. But I gave y'all the email. I mean, not the email, the IG handle for that. So I'm going to be putting more into that. Speaking of which, next week's show, next Wednesday, I'm going to have a guy on, Charles Campbell. Is going to come in and talk about the service that he's with, name, image, and likeness. Service that he is. He's going to give us the scoop on what they do, what they're going to provide, and so forth. So we're going to go on the ins and outs on that. I'm also going to have a guy named JD James Durham. He is used to be with the Dallas Mustangs, and his oldest son Jabril is playing in Belgium right now. But JD does a was the SAT training.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah,
and I'm telling you, he's a freaking guru. His success rate is eye popping. I don't want to give you the number because I don't want to directly quote that and misquote that, but I know it's eye popping. That's like unbelievable.
Hey, I was going to say, like, that's something we're going to have to start educating on ourselves on that NIL so we can help give these kids good information.
That's what this show is going to be about. I'm not trying to just talk bad about people for basketball and that, like I do on Twitter or whatever. We're trying to provide much information to the masses out there about this game, the good and the bad, the pretty and the ugly. You know what I'm saying? But I also want to make sure that we're providing information that the viewing audience can use. You know what I'm saying? So I think talking about SATs and being NCAA certified or eligible and so forth, all those kind of topics are needed to be discussed at some point. So I do want to touch bases on that next week. So hopefully you guys can spread the word around, because this guy is good. And I'm telling you, he's going to have all the ins and outs about the SAT and so forth, and what your parents might need to know that they probably already don't know. And making sure that you get what is that? You got to get certified, or you got to get listed with the NCAA board and so forth. So he's going to give all kind of information like that, man. James Durham and my guy Charles Campbell, formerly of Hoop DFW, he's going to be talking about the name, image, and likeness company that he's working with right now. So join us next week, man.
Yes, sir.
So we'll be on there.
I appreciate you very much, sir. And keep doing what you're doing and helping these kids. That's what it's all about. And you do a great job. So thank you for having me.
John, definitely a pleasure seeing you all, man. I'm going to go ahead and let you go. And I'm going to close this show out, man. I appreciate you. You be careful, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Take care. Good day. My man, John Roby, y'all. Man, great dude, man. If you guys don't know this guy, man, I'm telling you, man, parents, this guy is not unapproachable. Trust me when I tell you this, all right? This dude is a character. Funny dude, man. Always tentative as far as, when you're talking to him and so forth. I mean, great guy to really get to know, man. And he's a guy that's becoming a who's who in this AAU game. Trust me when I tell y'all that. I don't mess around with just anybody in this game. And I really like what I see in him. And as you see through this conversation, 2-hour conversation, man, pretty much hour and a half rather, conversation about the program, some of the kids that we saw that stood out, what their recruitments looked like. Really a guy that's heavily invested with these kids, man, and that's what I like to deal with, people like that. So big ups and shout outs to my man John for coming on the show. Definitely want to wish him all the success in the world through this AAU game, because again, how tough this can really be, man. It's hard getting kids, especially good kids, EYBL good kids, you know what I'm saying, to play for you, especially, and I want to emphasize this, in the state, the little state of Oklahoma, you know what I'm saying, and he's getting these top-notch guys to come play out there for them. So definitely was a pleasure speaking with John. Want to definitely wish him and the program well. Big shout outs to my dude Matt Steffi for once upon a time introducing me to Mr. Roby. You come through pretty good with that, Steffi. Big shout outs to you. We love you. Again, next week, don't forget, 8 to 10 Central Standard Time. Spread the word. I need you guys to start going on this YouTube channel and subscribing. The YouTube channel is properly known as what? The Real Talk Nation. Go on there, hit the red button, subscribe. You don't have to look at the show all the time, but I need you guys to get it out there to start subscribing, so we can start doing some things that's more impactful to a lot of kids' is recruitment and so forth. So there it is. That's my show tonight. Again, next week, 8 to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time on the YouTube channel, The Real Talk Nation. Those of you that are friends on my Facebook, it's on there as well. I'm trying to figure out how we're going to get this back on Twitter now that what was that? Periscope went down. They shut down last month, so I think that's why we have not been on Twitter like we used to be. So that month that we've been off, I guess we come back and it's not up. So we're going to be trying to figure out what's going on with that. We are full-fledged every week now. We took this month off because of the live period and so forth. So we are back 8 to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. YouTube channel, The Real Talk Nation. So there it is. I'm done. I definitely appreciate y'all for coming in. Rick Brown, Pete Ely, always a pleasure, man. Pete, I know I owe you one. I wasn't able to get out. Wifey had me on some other stuff that week. DC Queens through your tournament, and I do need to talk with you again, Pete, because I want to talk about getting DC Queens on the show, and then we just go from there. I do apologize again, but I need to make that up to you guys. So anyway, Zaid Mahmoud, I'm sorry, Zaid, my dude, always a pleasure, man. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you guys next week, same time, same channel. It's the Real Talk Nation, trying to give you something new, something fresh, definitely keeping it different from all the rest. All right, I'm Paul. I'm out.